On the morning of October 26, 2015, Deputy Fields did something that would end his career of 7 years at the police department. The video you are seeing is of a classroom in a South Carolina high school. As can be seen, Ben slammed and dragged the 16-year-old suspect, Shakara, with all of his might. What infuriated the media and viewers of the video the most was that the student wasn't doing anything to have deserved such a response. Thanks to Shakara's friend, Nia Kenny, who began filming the whole incident, everyone got to see what truly happened. Otherwise, things might have turned out very ugly for Shakara, as she was already brought to the police station. Not only Shakara, but her friend Nia was also arrested for asking the cop to take things easy. Due to her age, Shakara was released. However, Nia was charged, but as the video of Deputy Ben dragging the teen circulated on the internet, Nia was released as well. After the footage went viral, things became more clear. As it was, Ben Fields was a school resource officer. Shakara's classmates said that Deputy Ben was known for having a bad temper. Evidence of that is Ben Fields' arrest of an Army veteran, Carlos Martin. Police said that Ben was called to the class because Shakara was disruptive in the algebra class and was texting on her phone. Even after the teacher asked her to leave the class, she refused to do so. To find out facts about this situation, Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott was assigned as an internal investigator over the matter. What she did doesn't justify what our deputy did, Sheriff Lott said. It doesn't justify his actions, but she needs to be held responsible for what she did.
That I'll say in the future should be construed to condone or justify any of the actions of Ben Fields at Spring Valley on Monday. He was wrong in some of his actions. It's not what I expect of my deputies, and it's not what I tolerate from any of my deputies, and especially those that are in a school when we're dealing with juveniles.
Lott also said that the deputy wasn't trained for what he did, and that watching the video made him very upset. Not only the sheriff, but the incident made many upset, including the president of the South Carolina chapter of NAACP, who said that Fields should be charged with assault. Although his wish was not granted, the FBI started an investigation against Fields, as a result of which he lost his job without any pay. Even after being fired, Ben stuck to his claim, saying that he was trying to handle the situation according to his training. After pulling over a car in a traffic stop in Windsor, a small town in Virginia, Officer Joe and his fellow officer Daniel Crocker approached it. The car driver was a Black Army Lieutenant, Karan Nazario. Although Nazario kept asking what was the reason behind this traffic stop, Officer Gutierrez didn't deem it necessary to answer the question and asked him to leave the car. When Nazario asked for a reasonable justification first, the officers pointed their guns at him. Obviously, this made the Army Lieutenant even more concerned for his safety. Expressing his concerns, Nazario said that he was afraid for his safety, to which Officer Joe replied, "You should be."
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out now.
And when Nazario kept denying to leave his car without any reasonable explanation, Officer Joe proceeded to pepper spray him. After that, the cops got him out of the car, and as if it wasn't enough, they kicked him, forced him to the ground, and handcuffed him. As the body cam footage went viral, people started expressing their anger over the officer's behavior. After getting his hands on the evidence, Lieutenant Nazario sued both officers for violating his constitutional rights. Nazario said that he didn't deserve such treatment as a human being, not to mention as someone who had served the country. In their defense, Officer Joe said that they pulled over Nazario because there were no tags displayed on his car. However, Nazario said that he had just bought the SUV and that the dealer plate was displayed and was even recorded in Joe's body cam. The lawsuit resulted in Nazario being awarded $3,685 for assault. Besides the lawsuit, an internal investigation was also opened against Officer Joe Gutierrez, which deemed his actions inconsistent with the department's policies. The incident sparked anger nationwide. Giving his thoughts, the governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, said, "The incident in Windsor is disturbing and angered me. Our Commonwealth has done important work on police reform, but we must keep working to ensure that Virginians are safe during interactions with police. The enforcement of laws is fair and equitable, and people are held accountable." Given no solid reasons for treating Lieutenant Nazario the way he did, Officer Joe Gutierrez was fired from his job. After getting multiple reports of corruption, the FBI along with the NYPD started an investigation against 3 cops, Heather Bush, Robert Hessett, and Robert Smith, with Smith being their leader and retiring a year earlier in March 2020. As the investigation unfolded, the shocking facts about the officers' corruption became evident. As it turned out, all 3 of them were engaged in many corrupt schemes over the years of their career. From towing trucks to heroin trafficking, the trio took bribes in thousands of dollars from a towing firm to give them jobs. jobs whenever towing a car was required. The worst part was that all three of them showed racist attitude towards people of color, with Smith being proud of that. "Bro, I robbed everyone," Smith was heard saying in a recording. "I point my gun at them, N-word, and watch their reaction." As if it was not enough, he even expressed his love for the KKK. "Now the real Smith will shine. I even shaved my head. Klan," Smith was heard saying. Along with being racist and taking bribes, Smith was also part of a drug gang, using his power and connections for drug trafficking. The FBI Assistant Director William Sweeney called the officer's behavior a disgrace to the institution. Given his thoughts, the Brooklyn U.S. Attorney Mark Lesno said, "The defendants shamelessly violated their oaths of office and the public trust by trading their badges for cash payments. But as much as they were experts in crimes, they didn't know how much about the way police handle criminals. To catch the corrupt officers red-handed, an undercover officer approached them asking about victim information. He claimed to be a middleman for personal injury lawyers and physical therapists. Bush and Hesed fall for it while bringing down their ringleader, Smith, as well." Given his crimes and law violations throughout his career, Smith is facing a life sentence in prison. With his junior team members, Bush and Hesed were sentenced to 5 years for bribery charges. Along with being arrested, Bush and Hesed were fired without any pay by NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea. Largo officer Brian lost his job after a video of him grabbing a teen by his neck surfaced on social media. The cop's harsh behavior towards the 17-year-old boy was evident in the footage. Not only did he use excessive force against the suspect, but also threatened him by using rude and abusive language. While walking down the road, the teen was stopped by Officer Livernoy, who asked him whether he wanted to shoot somebody. After hearing that, the boy chuckled and continued walking, and the officer didn't like that at all. He stopped the suspect and asked him to put out the cigar that he was smoking. "You got a problem with me?" the boy said. "Yes, I do," Officer Brian replied. And this is when the scene that you are seeing unfolded.
Bro, just chill, bro. Reggie, hey, don't resist. Reggie, don't resist.
Do it. I'm trying to right now.
Oh, hey!
It was clear that Officer Livernoy didn't like questions from the suspect. He expressed his frustration by handcuffing the 17-year-old suspect and grabbing his neck. As he continued pressing the boy against his police cruiser and kept his hand on his neck, a man in a red t-shirt tried to stop him. Well, Officer Brian didn't like this intervention and confronted the man while threatening him by saying, "You're going to jail."
Reggie!
I'm gonna no.
Nah.
Touch him like that.
Going to jail.
Bro, for what? You gotta...
Thanks to the person recording the incident in the crowd, the footage was posted on Facebook the next day, where it went viral in less than 24 hours. And as it went viral, authorities started taking action. An internal investigation was initiated to find out the facts about the matter. In the investigation, when asked why he did that, Officer Brian said that the suspect matched the description of a person who had threatened to shoot someone. He tried to justify his actions by saying, "I placed my right hand behind the black male subject's head to try and calm the black male subject down." However, his words in the video were totally the opposite of calming someone down. As Officer Livernoy failed to give a justification for his actions, he was fired without any pay. Giving his thoughts and apologizing to the public, Chief Jeffrey Understad said, "We take great pride in the positive relationship the Largo Police Department has with our community. Actions like this are not acceptable and violate the public's trust, which every employee has worked so hard to earn." These were some of the outrageous cops who lost their job for their outrageous actions. Do you think they deserve what they got? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time.